Did you know that people with social anxiety often have higher levels of empathy? That's right. While social situations might feel overwhelming, this heightened sensitivity to others' emotions can actually be a superpower. But let's be real. Having social anxiety isn't all sunshine and rainbows. It comes with unique struggles that only those who experience it truly understand. Today, we're not just highlighting this issue. We're providing practical and constructive strategies to help you overcome social anxiety and rise above it. So, let's talk about 12 things only people with social anxiety will relate to. 1. You prefer virtual communication. Typing out your thoughts in a text? No problem. But speaking face-to-face? That's where things get tricky. Online conversations give you time to think, edit, and perfect your responses. Something real-life conversations just don't allow. Plus, there's no awkward eye contact, no worrying about body language, and no immediate pressure to respond. It's communication, but on your own terms. 2. You only have 1 or 2 close friends, and that's enough large friend groups? No thanks. You find comfort in a couple of trusted friends, and honestly, that's all you need. The thought of socializing beyond this tight-knit circle feels exhausting. You enjoy deep conversations over small talk, and big gatherings feel more like a chore than a fun experience. And when your friends invite you out, you often decline or come up with creative excuses to stay in your comfort zone. 3. You take your lunch to work, for a very specific reason. Sure, bringing lunch saves money, but that's not the main reason you do it. Avoiding social lunch outings is the real motivation. Sitting at a crowded table, trying to keep up with conversations, and worrying about saying the wrong thing? No thanks. You'd rather eat in peace, where you don't have to perform socially. 4. You struggle to contribute to conversations even when you have something valuable to say. You hesitate. What if people think your comment is dumb? What if they judge you? The fear of being criticized keeps you silent. Later, you replay the conversation in your mind, kicking yourself for not speaking up. It's an endless cycle of wanting to participate, but feeling too anxious to do so. 5. Your body betrays you. Rapid heartbeat, sweating, hate, and shaky hands. Social anxiety isn't just in your head. It's in your body, too. When you're in an uncomfortable social situation, your heart races, your palms get sweaty, and your breathing becomes shallow. You feel like everyone around you notices, which only makes it worse. The more you try to suppress it, the more intense it feels. 6. Large crowds overwhelm you. The noise, the lights, the constant movement. It's all too much. Your brain struggles to filter out distractions, making social gatherings feel chaotic. The longer you stay, the more drained you feel. Your survival strategy? Find a quiet corner. Disappear to the restroom for a break, or leave early before the sensory overload becomes unbearable. 7. You tune out when too many people are talking, conversations happening all at once? Your brain decides it's best to just check out. You retreat into your thoughts, nodding occasionally to keep up appearances. People might think you're rude or uninterested, but in reality, it's just too much stimulation at once. You wish you could engage, but your mind has already shut down to protect itself. 8. You're overly aware of how you look. You constantly feel like people are judging your appearance. Your hair, your outfit, the way you sit, it all feels like it's under scrutiny. Deep down, you know people aren't actually paying that much attention to you. But that doesn't stop the intrusive thoughts. Even getting dressed in the morning can be stressful because you're trying to predict what others might think. 9. You rely on family more than friends. Family feels safe. You grew up around them, so conversation flows more naturally. But bring a stranger into the mix, and everything changes. You suddenly become quiet, avoid eye contact, and find reasons to stay busy. If a sibling brings a new partner to a family gathering, you're more likely to bond with your pet than make small talk. 10. You find comfort in pets. Speaking of pets, they're your safe space. Dogs, cats, any animal really. They don't judge, don't expect witty conversation, and offer unconditional love. While social interactions drain you, spending time with animals recharges you. It's the kind of connection that feels effortless and comforting. 11. You go out of your way to avoid people. Spot an acquaintance in the grocery store? Time to pretend you didn't see them. Walking a different route, hiding behind shelves, whatever it takes to avoid an unexpected conversation. If they do spot you and start talking, you keep the interaction as short as possible, throwing in an "I have to run" excuse before escaping. 12. You overthink everything, especially worst-case scenarios. Your mind is an expert at catastrophizing. Before any social event, you imagine everything that could go wrong. You'll say something embarrassing, people will judge you, you'll make a fool of yourself. Even though that you logically know these scenarios are unlikely, they still play on repeat in your mind, increasing your anxiety. How social anxiety affects your daily life. Beyond these struggles, social anxiety seeps into everyday activities. Answering the phone? Panic-inducing. Getting an unexpected knock on the door? Instant dread. The idea of being put on the spot, unprepared or judged, makes even the simplest interactions feel overwhelming. Chronic anxiety is exhausting. Your brain is constantly on high alert, scanning for threats, real or imagined. This level of stress takes a toll on your energy, making you feel drained even if you haven't done much physically. Sleep often becomes your escape, the only time your mind can fully shut off. You want others to understand, but it's hard to explain. The most frustrating part? You want people to understand. You wish you could explain why social situations feel impossible, why you hesitate to engage, why you avoid certain interactions. But the fear of being judged stops you from opening up. Ironically, the thing you need most, understanding, is the hardest to ask for. But here's the thing. Social anxiety doesn't mean you're broken. It means you experience the world in a different way. And while it can be challenging, there are ways to manage it. Small steps, like practicing deep breathing before stressful situations or gradually exposing yourself to social interactions, can make a big difference. Strategies to cope with social anxiety. One of the most effective ways to manage social anxiety is exposure therapy. Gradually putting yourself in social situations instead of avoiding them. Start small, make eye contact with the barista, engage in a short conversation, or attend a low-pressure social event. Over time, these small wins build confidence. Mindfulness and meditation can also help. When your brain is racing with worst-case scenarios, grounding techniques like deep breathing and focusing on the present moment can bring a sense of calm. Cognitive behavioral therapy, CBT, is another proven method for addressing social anxiety. It helps identify and challenge negative thought patterns, replacing them with more realistic, balanced ones. If this sounds familiar, know that you're not alone. Social anxiety is more common than you think, and while it's challenging, it doesn't define you. The key is recognizing it, finding coping strategies, and gradually stepping out of your comfort zone in small, manageable ways. Which of these points resonate with you the most? Share your thoughts in the comments below. If you found this video meaningful, please hit that like button, share it with someone who needs to hear it, and subscribe for more videos on personal growth and healing. And as always, thank you for listening, and we'll see you next time.